Hello again guys, and welcome to another video review from Optics Trade Debates. Today we'll discuss shotgun sights. Basically, Theodore, is this concept new or old?
Well, it's quite new that producers of red dots are now producing red dots which are specifically made for shotguns. And in the past there were some products which were made for tactical shotguns. Now I think the mainstream of the market goes into red dot sights for hunting shotguns, and this is completely new. Because a couple of years ago we saw a trend that people started to mount normal center fire red dots like Aim-Point Micro or Noblex sight, at that time still Doctor sight, or all the clones of Noblex sight. They were starting to mount them on shotguns, and normally the producers listened to the market and they started to produce dedicated red dot sights for shotguns.
So this is basically partially why did this shotgun sights evolve?
Yeah, I think for the last 10 years or something like that, maybe even less, for the last 6-7 years, more and more people went into the direction of mounting a normal center fire, a red dot meant for center fire rifles on their shotguns. Now for the last 2 years a whole new market evolved, red dot sight for shotguns. I think that the first which was really noticeable was Red Ring from Sweden. We don't have it here, unfortunately, at the moment. Then Noblex followed, or Doctor at that time, with their quick sight. And then immediately also we knew Easy Hit from Sweden, which was copied so many times, unfortunately. But their concept, it was great. And then I think last year, in 2017, the Aim-Point also followed with their Micro S1 model. So now a lot of big players are already in this market of red dot sights for shotguns.
Okay, are there some, or more precisely, more betterly, what are the main differences in terms of optics, physical appearances with those shotgun sights and the conventional red dots we already have?
Well, the users always knew that having a red dot on a shotgun helps. You're more efficient, you're more accurate, and so on. The problem with conventional red dot sights was that if you wish to mount a normal Aim-Point Micro H2 like this on a shotgun, that meant that first you have to install a Picatinny rail. This was the most common approach, to install a Picatinny rail on top of the rib of the shotgun. Then you use the normal mount to mount the Aim-Point Micro on that Picatinny rail, and everything became quite high. So the line of sight through the Aim-Point Micro, or if you mounted the Doctor or Noblex sight on top of your shotgun, you gain the advantage of a better accuracy because you had a red dot, but at the same time you also got a really high line of sight because all the mounting elements just lifted up the red dot. So this was the first thing what the producers did. Like if you check the Aim-Point Micro beneath the S1 or the Noblex quick sight, you see that they're made with an integrated mounting solution for the ribs on the shotguns. So this is the first thing, and they're all mounted very, very low. Either this copy of quick sight, if you look, it's also the same. It goes directly on the rib of the shotgun. Micro S1 goes directly to the rib of the shotgun, and Noblex quick sight goes directly on the rib of the shotguns, and all the mounting solution itself is a part of the red dot. You're not buying a separate mount like with traditional red dots, and they're all very low. So this is what the producers did, that these specific red dots are more suitable for shotguns than usual red dots. The second change was that the dot size is a bit bigger. It's like almost of the same size as found in the red dot sights for handguns. So the Noblex quick sight has a 5 MOA dot, the Micro S1 has a 6 MOA dot. That means it covers around 18 centimeters on 100 meters. And the quick sight and all the copies of the quick sight, they have a circle inside and a small dot in the center of the circle. Which is even more useful on a shotgun.
If we go back a bit to the mounting of those devices, I know that these rails, these mounting platforms are, I think they are suitable for from 6 to 15 millimeter rails, shotgun rails. Is that correct? Is this the case with most red dot sights or just with this aim point?
I think the aim point has this covered the best way. You're getting the aim point S1, micro S1 with all these inserts with which you are adjusting the mounting solution on the micro S1 in a way that it suits your rifle perfectly. So you're getting 3 or 4 or 5 pieces which you can interchange so that you're able to mount it on any rib you wish. With Noblex, you basically always push the quick sight firmly to the left, to the right, and then you have 2 screws, so you only have one mounting solution for all the ribs. And with quick sight and all the copies, you also get different mounting parts which you're using on the same platform so that you can adjust the mounting solution to really fit any rib your shotgun might have, because shotguns do have different types of ribs, different dimensions of the ribs and so on.
Yes.
But most of these solutions work on all of them.
I also know, I'm also aware that some of the mount manufacturers also follow this fashion from red dot manufacturers. They also produce nowadays Picatinny rails and mounts for shotgun rails.
Well, they produced Picatinny rails since ever. I think Rick Nagel was one of the most famous.
Yes.
They were able to produce a Picatinny rail which fitted on any kind of shotgun rib you could have. Now I think MIK is doing the whole series of mounts for shotgun ribs which can accommodate a normal micro, aimpoint micro, or a normal doctor sight. I think all of these solutions are still orientated towards the customers who are still buying the conventional red dots and mounting them on shotguns, while the red dots which are already specifically made for shotguns, they already have all these mounting solutions on them, so you don't need to purchase them separately.
Of course. Okay, if we go on, I know that conventional or normal red dot sights have, for example, as this Noblex or Doctor sight has screws for elevation and windage adjustment. This really depends on the type of the red dot. Is this the case also with the shotgun sights, or is here any differences?
It is different because a lot of shotgun sights don't have any elevation or windage adjustment. So the only thing what you can do is to adjust them on the mounting. But it usually also with the shotgun, I would say really precise accuracy is not really needed, because you're always shooting really rapidly. So it's more or less enough if you are, I would say it's good enough if you're somewhere in the region of the target. So that means if you're off for, let's say, 5 centimeters and 50 meters, that's nothing in a shotgun. So quick sight, copies of quick sight, I also have to say the quick sight original is much more on a higher quality than copies, even though they look almost the same. The quick sight and Noblex, both of them need to be adjusted on the mount. If you need adjustment, really finer adjustment, you need to do it on the mount.
Yes.
With aimpoint micro S1 is different. This is, I think, the only dot at the moment, and red ring also, where you can adjust the elevation and windage like on a normal red dot. So you adjust it on turrets with clicks, and they are more accurate. But again, with shotguns, accuracy, I would say it's not that important, because even if you're 5 centimeters off, it doesn't really mean a lot.
Yes, this is basically because you're not shooting at such longer distances.
That's true, and all the targets are a little bit bigger. You're not shooting it. You're not doing a grouping. You're not doing a one MOA grouping with a shotgun. So this is different.
Okay, thank you, Theodore. I think we covered most of the questions, but if we did not, please write us an email or subscribe to our channel or leave a comment below. Take care. Till next time.